Hey guys, how you doing today? Guess what? Good news. I was able to get that carburetor off of there. Let's have a look. Alright guys, we're going to start this rascal up and go for a spin. Once I got that heat shield off the exhaust, I didn't actually have to take the exhaust itself off, just the heat shield so I could get to it. And I was able to put that bit in this driver, and with it adding a little bit of an angle, I was able to hook that screw and get it out of there. So yay for that. I didn't have to cut that bit up and mess with it like I thought. But now I got this rascal, we're going to take it apart, and well, we know it's yucky inside. We're just going to clean it up and use those parts that Mr. Willis got for me and put this thing back together and see if we can't make a run. Yeah. So give me a few minutes and we'll crack this open and clean her out. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This rust. And looks like hard water deposits. That's that freaking ethanol does that. That's a bad plan, man. That's a bad plan. They're trying to help the environment or whatever, but they're killing us motorheads. Jeez. Wow. What a mess. Alright, so I got that carburetor all apart and got it all cleaned up. And even though it's still not beautiful, all the ports are clean. I got the emulsion tube, which these are funny looking little things. And see how it has two O-rings on it? Well, this one's deteriorated and it's about to fall off of there, which it just did. And the other one I'm sure is not far behind it. And in the stuff that Mr. Willis got for me, we have a replacement emulsion tube. However, they did not provide the O-rings for it. So I am still at a standstill. I have a new plastic float, which is nice, because I don't have to worry about it starting to look like this, even though this one doesn't leak and would probably be fine. I just prefer the plastic one because I don't have to worry about it getting all corroded like that. And also, I found this little jet on the side of the carburetor. I didn't even know it was there. So that might have been one of the adjustments I needed to make that always made it hard to start. I'd always have to pull it like a whole bunch of times, like I was priming it, you know, with the key off and the choke, what was it, the choke closed and the throttle open, and just let it draw gas in there. And then I could turn the key on and pull it, it would start. But maybe that little needle jet there, or that little jet, has something to do with that. But anyway, back to the drawing board. I'm going to have to get some of these O-rings. Now, I got to say, the Donnie Boy 72, or is it 73? You all know who I'm talking about. Donnie Boy. Big help, big thanks to him. Well, let me back up. Big thanks to Mr. Willis for getting these parts for me. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Steve. And I also want to say a big thanks to Donnie Boy, because before I came out here, I looked on YouTube to see if there was a special tool for getting these carburetor bolts out of there. And I ran across Donnie Boy's how to rebuild, or how to get the emulsion tube out of a Tecumseh carburetor. I thought, well shoot, I better look at that. And sure enough, he showed me how to do it. And I don't know if I would have figured it out without his help. But you take a screwdriver, and when it's in place, it actually sticks up inside the venturi. and you take a little flat-headed screwdriver and stick in there and push down on it, and it pops it out the bottom here. And then he was using a special tool, looked like a crochet hook, he said, and sticking it in there to pull it out, because the O-rings and stuff make it want to stick in there. But I didn't have that, so I took a pair of tweezers and fiddled around with it for a little bit, which didn't really help me. It kept pushing it back in there. So finally, since I knew I had a new one, I just got an old wood screw and screwed it in there just enough to where it grabbed the end of that tube and pulled it out, and it worked. So yeah, but I need to get those O-rings, otherwise there's kind of no sense in putting this back together. So, like they say, it's always something, huh? So stay tuned, you know, we'll see this thing running another day apparently. It's not going to be today. Geez. But, you know, good things come from it, because it gave me an opportunity to ride the Springer bike. Yay for the Springer bike. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, there she is. Because I thought I was going to need that tool, so I did. I rode it over to the auto parts store and got an extra set of those little bits. They weren't any better than the ones I had, but at least if I cut one up, I still had one to replace it. And then it turned out I didn't need them. But, well, you know, gave me an opportunity to ride. And, you know, it's across town, but I use all these back streets and stuff. I have to cross the highway twice. But the joys of living in a small rural town, you know. But anyway, I had some other things I was going to tell you. See if I can remember what they were. Let's see. For starters, let's back up to ordering parts from Pat's Small Engine Plus. You'll remember me giving them big reviews when I first found their website. Well, and then they didn't have the parts that I needed, and I couldn't contact them until the following week. And I called them that Monday, remember? And they canceled my order and said they'd give me a refund. Well, nothing happened that day, and I called them back the next day to ask them about it, and they said, oh, well, yeah, it's been canceled. I'll lay it on the billing specialist desk so that they'll take care of it today, as far as your refund goes. Well, I waited all week and nothing happened, and because I kept watching my PayPal account to see if I'd been reimbursed. The following Monday, I called them back, and she looked it up, and she had to go to the file cabinets, and she found where I had canceled it, but they had never issued a refund. And she says, I'm having him take care of it right now. You should have your money in 10 minutes. I'm like, well, that's cool. And I waited, you know, like 15 minutes after that phone call, I did. I had my money, and I had an email explaining to me that, not from them, but from PayPal, that I had my money back. And, which kudos to them for actually doing it, but thumbs down to them for making me wait a week and bugging them about it. They should have done it that first day I called them in those same 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Anyway, enough of that. I'm sure they're a fine business, you know, company to do business with. It was just, I was not happy with the fact that they filed it away, and if I hadn't bugged them, I would have never got my money. So that didn't go very good over, you know, didn't go over very well with me. Especially as a previous customer service representative, I know the importance of these things. You've got to be a man of your word and take care of your customers. If you tell them you're going to get them a refund, you stay on top of it and make sure it happens. You don't just pawn it off to the next guy and hope they do their job, because sometimes they don't, you know. Anyway, enough of that. What else did I have on my mind I wanted to share with you guys? Google Plus. Huh? Let's hear thumbs up for Google Plus and all their shenanigans. I tell you what, Street Rodder 100, there, you finally heard me say it, Street Rodder 100 put out a cool video called Google plus YouTube equals GooTube, I think, was something to that effect. And he was going quit complaining about it. It's not bad, you know, it's not that hard, it's not that big a deal. And he's exactly right. And what I want to say about it is, you know, through this Google Plus, people following you and stuff, if you actually go to you're following people and people are following you, and you go to your Google Plus page, I have found so many cool videos that I had never thought to look for, or probably would have never found if it hadn't been for someone else looking at them and sharing them on Google Plus. And the whole thing that you can comment, you see that little bell up in the right hand corner by your avatar? You see that little bell, and it's lit up with red, I think. You click on that and you get a drop down, and it tells you all your new messages and all your new activities. You can comment, you can respond to your comments on your videos from right there without having to change pages. I like it. It's actually pretty cool. It's opening new doors, you know. I mean, sure, it has some drawbacks, but what doesn't? And you know, this isn't the end of it. YouTube will be changing something else in 6 months probably. So anybody that's been around for a while and complained about all these different things they do, we always get used to it, and then we forget that how good it was before, you know. Pshaw. Pshaw. Roll with it, man. It's all good. You Dizzy said it first. Good things will probably come from it. So, and he is exactly right. And I want to tell Street Rodder 100, good, you know, thumbs up to you for spitting that information out there. I mean, he gave a tour, how to go through it and how to do everything, you know. If you have any trouble navigating through there, go look at that video, because he's spot on, man. He shows you how to do everything you might want to do. And good on him for that. Alright, that's about it for now. I'm going to button this stuff up and go in there and see if I can't order some O-rings. And collect all my tools and stuff and put them up, because I'm not going to be doing anything else on that today. It sure is nice out here, though. Yeah. Alright, so you guys take care. Good seeing you. Don't forget about the Cyber Monday sale. Crazy. No. Cyber Monday Madness is the coupon code you need to get your 40% discount on Monday over at SCH Design on the swag. Get your swag. Christmas time's coming. Everybody likes custom swag, you know. T-shirts, decals. You guys, freaking Pugs gangs got me saying decals and decals. Decals. Get your decals and stickers. Hey, I want to give a shout out to the Pics 1911, just because. A cool dude. Lives out in Arizona, I think. He commented on my last video. He's going to send me some tools. So, hey, YouTube Brotherhood, rock on. Thanks, Ty. Thank you, Steve. Mr. Willis, 5719. You Dizzy, 1969. Steiny, 72. One Pug. Too Fast for U2C. All these guys with numbers in their call signs, you know. Who's that one new guy we saw yesterday? What was his name? Field Yankee. That was a good one. Alright, everybody, I'll see you. Bye-bye. Yeah, I think I'm going to order a new one of these too while I'm at it. That's the pin that holds the float in place. Look how wore down and out of shape that is. That can't be right. It looks like the metal has actually broke down and fell off of there. I don't know if you can see that. May have it in the light wrong. But yeah, it is awful. Alright. Now we know. Let's have a look at some of that cool swag footage. Huh? Nice hoodies. Yeah. Huh? Hard to beat. Gotta get some of that, huh? You know it. Cheers, everybody. I'll see ya. Take care. Bye-bye.